as a left-handed person, left-handed underwriter, I have small handwriting, so I like finer nibs. What have I got? What's my favourites? So I've got some duplicates here. So we've got, let's start with the Moonmans. So we have Moonmen, Moonman, Moonmans. These are my Moonman pens. Okay, now that, also, really annoying. The only thing I don't like about that pen is if you don't have a straight desk, it will roll away. So, predominantly, as far as I'm aware, I think they do ink converters. I'm not 100% sure because I don't have any that are, but I have a Moonman piston. It's the T1, the Moonman T1 piston pen, and the Moonman C1 eyedropper, and then the Moonman Wonkai, which is a teeny tiny one. This one comes in like a pink marble, a green marble. I think they have just a plain green transparent and a plain transparent one, so they come in different colours. I like these pens. They write, for me personally, the fine is about right. These two are finer than these two. These are more of a fine to medium, but they write smoothly. They write first time out the box. I'm really happy with them. They are comfortable, and I like seeing the ink sloshing about. I'm a big fan of that. So that's my Moonmans. Again, I'll put all more information in the description. What else have I got? I have got 4 of these. These are called Hongdian. Trying to see if I can. Where's my camera? Probably not going to be able to see this, but it says Hongdian, the Light of Hope. Nice, cute. And it also says, again, on the top, these are full metal, whole thing's metal. And I have one in a lovely, this is called dark green forest. I've got pink forest, purple forest, and silver birch. They also do a black forest, and there's like a lime mustard coloured one as well. But personally, I like to colour code everything, so this has a form of green ink in it. This has a form of pink. This has a form of purple. And I use all of these colours regularly, so I like having pens that correspond. I can't even remember what I put in this one. Oh, okay, this is my favourite DD Practical colour. It's slightly different. It's like a really nice bright. So yeah, I like pens that correspond. So again, these aren't fine. They are a kind of a true fine. I'm really happy with them. They're smooth. They write first time out the packaging. I like that they have the option, or they also come with the ink converter, and it's quite a chunky ink converter as well. I don't know if they come in different sizes, but to me that looks a little bit bigger. Yeah, I think that's, so they're almost bigger than other ones, so they might have a little bit more ink capacity in them, which is good. I like them. Narrow. I like that they're narrow. Again, I've got small hands, and I'm short, so they're narrow. They're comfortable to hold. Yeah, I do like my metal pens. So again, I will link them down below. I have 3 of the half wooden, wooden with a little bit of plastic and the metal cap. These are the Howe 51A, and they are hooded nibs. So it's got a normal nib in there, but it's protected and covered up. They're hooded nib pens. These really are kind of my true extra fine pens. I think I've done a test and they are comparable to my 0.38mm Muji gel pen. So I'm really happy with that. I have been using my Muji gels. I don't know if you know, but I got really excited because one rang out, but they are leaving red ridges on my Tomo River paper, and I don't like that. So I've switched to fountain pens, and these three are really, really good. A good replacement for a really nice fine line. Oh, price points. The Hongdians are somewhere between like $16.99 and $17.99, $18.99 each, depending on which colour you pick. The Moonmens, I think I paid $17.99 for the Wonkais. Pistons, I think, were about 28 quid. And the C1, I think, was about 25 quid. So these aren't really expensive pens at all. Now, these are kind of the star of the show for me. These are beautiful pens. I like wood. I like metal. I like the mix. I like how they write. I like that they're true, extra fine. And they're like $7.99 on Amazon. And they have got other woods as well. So at some point, I may just get a whole big collection of all of them. $7.99. And some of the best pen writers that I have. So yeah, they're fantastic. Oh yeah, so I actually have a second Moonmen there. These were, I think, the very first pens as I got as an adult, really. I used to write with a left-handed fountain pen. It had a left-handed nib, but I didn't really like it as a child at school. And then I kind of went off fountain pens and then got back into it. And I got Lammies because they were cheap again. I think they were, I want to say about 25 quid, because these are aluminium. They have got the cheaper ones of the Lamy Safari that are plastic, but these are the Alstar. They're aluminium. They're a little bit nicer for me. It's all about the aesthetics. Both of these are medium nibs, but I think you can. I think you can change the nibs as well. Actually, you can just pop them off and replace them with different nibs, but I've not gotten around to it. My Calicos. I love my Calicos. Again, one of the first pens that I got. And honestly, I think the brass one is one of my favourite pens. It probably was about 70 quid, I think. Just under 70 quid. And these, I think, are like maybe $13.99. Depends where you go for them. A lot of the stuff I get from Amazon, so you can find them cheaper. But these are great. I think I highly recommend these as kind of starter pens. Depending on how big, if you've got really, really long hands, I don't know if they would be right for you. But yes, I love brass. I love anything brass. Goes really nicely with my wooden desk accessories and leather and things like that. That's kind of what I'm into. But they look good. Again, they don't come with these clips. You have to get them separate. They just come like that. Yeah, Calicos. Then I've got two Twisbys, which I was intrigued at. I keep seeing them online. They're aesthetically pleasing to me. I like the demonstrator. That's what kind of they're called, where you can see the ink. They're pistons, so I knew I wouldn't have to worry about cartridges. And they're pretty, pretty to look at. This one is faulty. Let me see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but let me see if I can show you. I've done lots of tests and ended up having to go back to the supplier. Now, the Mini is a extra fine nib and the Echo is a fine nib. But they both look very similar. I'm trying to show you. Both look similar. Now, the issue I've got is on a nib, you've got kind of like a circle and then a line. And then you've got your left tine and your right tine. That's what they're called. And on my Mini, the right tine is narrower than the left tine. So the line, don't know if you can see, it's very hard to tell. The line does not go down the centre of the nib, which is causing skipping of my ink and ink flow issues, and it's horrible. It really is. Whereas the Echo is absolutely fine. It's perfectly symmetrical. The line is straight down the middle. But when I did further investigation, yeah, the extra fine nib is knackered. So I'm waiting to hear back from Twisby about a replacement. Which is a shame because I was really, really excited about this pen. This was like an £85 pen, not gonna lie. It was kind of the, yeah, I'm excited. It was perfect size to hold. Just one that I wanted to carry everywhere with me and try out some new inks. And at the minute, it's just, it's hardly usable. So I'm, yeah, waiting for a replacement. But I really like the Echo, the full-size one as well. I'm much happier with their fine. Their fine nib, to me, is more like an extra fine of some of the other pens I have. And their extra fine, Twisby extra fine nib is, for me, horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's too fine. So, yeah, that's, again, something to consider is each company may have, depending on where their nibs are made, or if they have different, depends on where, yeah, what nibs they use may be different. You could get an extra fine and a fine from Twisby, and an extra fine Howe, and a fine Moonmen, and this one is just so fine, it's ridiculous. That's kind of like fine, no, that would then be extra fine, fine and medium. But actually, it's fine, fine and fine. Actually, that's an extra fine, but yeah. So that's what I'm trying to get across there. Is there's so many choices, so many options, and a lot of it, and it's very personal to you. It all depends how you write, what kind of weights you like. Yeah. So if you have any questions, get in contact, and I will try my best to answer them. And that's kind of it for now, guys. Okay, thank you. Hey guys, thanks for watching the final part 7, all about my pens and my preferences and my recommendations, which is very personal to me as a left-handed underwriter, and having really, really tiny handwriting means that fine nibs and extra fine nibs are what work for me. I do have a couple of pens with medium nibs that have got shimmer inks in, purely because the shimmer inks are much thicker. They've got the tiny little sparkles in them, which sometimes ruin some of the fine nibs. So I might do a video in the future about shimmer inks, or specifically inks, or new inks that I get, new pens that I get. So if you like and subscribe, you can see what's coming up in the future. Thanks for watching. See you later.